You guys have sent in some really interesting stuff this time around.
Oh, yeah.
All about mindset and
Power mindset.
yeah. I mean, it really is that sort of foundational lens through which you see the world.
It is. It's the framework upon which everything else that you experience is built.
Yeah.
And the beliefs that you hold within that framework really do shape your reality.
I really do. And I think that that's what's so powerful about this deep dive. And, we're not just going to give the overview.
Right.
We really want to extract the most important insights and give you some actionable stuff that you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, the material that was sent in really spoke to how to cultivate a mindset that's resilient and growth-oriented. And, that's really what we want to help our listeners develop. We want to give them, effective ways to manage their thoughts and really kind of take control of their mindset, but without feeling like it's just this huge, overwhelming task.
Right. And I think that's what the Breakthrough Bulletin that we got sent in really emphasizes, is that idea that you can take control of your thought processes.
Yeah.
And that by doing so, you can unlock huge potential.
Yeah.
To become more confident and clear in your decision making and just take more purposeful action.
Absolutely. When you master your mindset, you really do master your reality in many ways.
So true.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in. So the first actionable tip that we're going to talk about today is
reframing.
Reframing negative thoughts.
Yes.
And, I think this is such a cornerstone of mindset work.
This is where it all begins, I think.
Yeah. And the Breakthrough Bulletin says that, and this is a quote, "Your mind is always listening. The way you talk to yourself matters. When you catch yourself in a negative thought spiral, pause and reframe. Shifting your internal dialogue shifts your reality."
Such a simple concept, but it's so profound.
It is.
The way you talk to yourself. I mean, we all have that inner critic. And so often that inner critic is just spouting negativity. And you have to consciously counteract that with positive reframe.
Yeah. These give some really great examples in the bulletin. Like, instead of saying to yourself, "I always fail at this," you can reframe that and say, "Every attempt makes me better."
Right.
Which, completely changes the perspective.
Yeah, it shifts from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. That idea that you're constantly evolving, you're constantly learning.
Right.
And every experience is an opportunity for growth.
Yeah. And, with repetition, you're actually retraining your brain to think in a more positive way.
Exactly.
So that was a really good one. And then another example that they gave was, instead of, having that thought, "I'm not good enough," which I think we can all relate to.
Oh, yeah.
Saying to yourself, "I am learning and growing every day."
Right. I love that reframe because, again, it takes it from that sense of lack.
Right.
To a place of recognizing that you're on a journey. You're constantly evolving. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah. And what I love about this is that this is something that our listeners can do right now.
Absolutely.
Like literally the next time they...
In this very moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the next time they have a negative thought.
Yep.
Just take a second to pause and reframe it.
Acknowledge it and reframe it. That's it.
Yep.
That's all it takes.
Which leads us to the next actionable tip.
All right. What is it?
Which is challenging those limiting beliefs.
Ooh, those are the big ones. The ones that really hold us back.
They really are. And they often operate
under the surface.
Yes, under the surface. You don't even realize that they're there.
Yeah, they're kind of like these underlying programs that are running in the background.
Right.
And they're influencing our choices and our behaviors without us even being aware of it.
Totally. And in the Breakthrough Bulletin, it says that past experiences have shaped every belief you hold, but that doesn't mean it's true.
Right. I mean, just because we've always believed something or we were told something when we were younger, doesn't make it an absolute truth. Yeah.
And then to help you kind of examine those beliefs, they have 3 key questions.
All right, I love a good question. Let's hear them.
The first one is, where did this belief come from?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good starting point. Just trying to trace it back to its origins.
Right. And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah. Sometimes just by understanding where it came from, you can start to diminish its power.
And you realize, oh, this is something that, my parents told me or...
Yeah. Or it's based on an experience I had when I was 5 years old.
Right.
And that's not necessarily relevant to my life anymore.
Exactly. And the second question is it absolutely true?
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, because so often we just accept our beliefs as facts.
We do.
But when you really scrutinize them, is there actual evidence to support this belief?
Is it really true?
Yeah. Or is it just an assumption?
Yeah.
Or a story that I'm telling myself?
Right.
Yeah, that's a powerful question.
And then the last question's, how would my life change if I no longer believe this?
Okay, so this is about getting really clear on the cost of holding on to this belief.
Yeah,
What is it actually costing me? What opportunities am I missing out on?
totally.
How is it limiting my growth?
Yeah, and you know what I love about these questions is that they really compel you to turn inward
Yeah.
and confront these deeply held ideas that might be holding you back. And I would encourage you, the listener right now, to just think of one belief that you think might be holding you back
Yeah.
and just run it through these 3 questions.
Yeah. See what comes up. It's amazing what insights can emerge when you take the time for that kind of self-reflection.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving on to actionable tip number 3.
Okay, number 3. What have we got?
This one's all about your environment and surrounding yourself with expansive thinkers.
Okay, so this is about recognizing that our mindset is not just shaped by our internal dialogue,
Right.
but also by the people and the information that we surround ourselves with.
Yes, and the bulletin says that your environment influences your mindset. Who you spend time with affects what you believe is possible.
Yeah, it's like this energetic exchange. We're constantly picking up on the vibes of the people around us.
Right.
And their beliefs and their attitudes can really influence our own.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily about like cutting out all the negative people in your life.
Right.
It's more about making sure that you're also exposing yourself to people.
To expansive thinkers.
Yeah, to people who are going to challenge you and help you see.
Inspire you.
Yeah, inspire you. Help you see things in a different way.
And believe in what's possible.
Yeah. And so, that could look like finding mentors or reading books by authors who inspire you.
Absolutely.
Or joining communities or just having conversations with people who you admire.
Yeah. It's about being intentional about curating your social circle and your informational diet.
Yes. And the bulletin says that growth happens in the company of growth-minded people.
So true. I mean, think about the people that you spend the most time with.
Yeah.
Are they lifting you up?
Are they supporting your growth?
Yeah. Or are they kind of keeping you stuck in old patterns?
Yeah, that's such a good point. And so, it's really interesting because these 3 tips kind of work together.
Yeah, they do. They complement each other.
Because, reframing negative thoughts is all about that internal dialogue.
Right.
But then challenging your limiting beliefs is about really going deeper.
Yeah, to those deeper assumptions.
Yeah, and then surrounding yourself with expansive thinkers is about
bringing in that external support
Yes.
to help you on your journey.
Yeah. Okay, so the Breakthrough Bulletin also includes 2 really thought-provoking questions specifically for self-reflection.
Okay, love it. Hit me with them.
Okay, so the first one is, what belief is holding me back?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, this requires some real introspection.
It does.
To really look beyond those surface level fears and anxieties
Yeah.
and identify that core belief that might be subtly sabotaging our efforts.
Right.
So I'd encourage you, listener, as you're listening to this, just take a moment to pause and really reflect on that question. What belief is holding you back? How is it showing up in your life? How is it influencing your actions and decisions?
Yeah. And then the second question is, what if the opposite were true?
Okay, so this is about flipping the script.
Yes.
Challenging that limiting belief by imagining a world where it doesn't exist.
Yeah. What would be possible if you didn't believe that anymore?
Exactly.
What new opportunities might open up for you?
It's such a liberating exercise.
It is.
Because it forces you to step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And to entertain possibilities that you might have never even considered before.
And it can be really eye-opening.
It can. It can totally shift your perspective.
Yeah. Okay, so now to really help you put all of this into practice.
Yeah, let's get practical.
The Breakthrough Bulletin includes this awesome exercise called the Belief Audit.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
The belief audit. What is that?
Okay, so it's a 4-step process, and it's designed to help you rewire those limiting beliefs.
All right, I'm ready. Let's bring it down.
So step 1 is to identify the limiting beliefs.
Okay, so this is about getting specific. Instead of just saying, oh, I'm not good enough.
Right.
You want to actually pinpoint the belief.
Right.
So it might be something like, I'm not good at public speaking, or I'm not worthy of love.
Yeah.
Something very specific.
And you actually write them down.
Yeah, write it down, get it out of your head and onto paper.
Yep. So step 2 is gather contradicting evidence.
Okay, so for each of those beliefs that you identified in step 1,
Yeah.
you want to look for evidence that contradicts that belief.
Yes.
So for example, if your belief is, I'm not good at public speaking, you might find evidence that says, well, actually, I gave a presentation last month and I got really positive feedback.
exactly.
So it's about looking for those examples
Right.
that challenge the validity of the belief
Yeah.
and help you see a more balanced perspective.
And step 3 is to transform your beliefs.
Okay, so this is where we start to rewrite the script.
Yes.
So you take each of those limiting beliefs
Yep.
and you rephrase it into a more empowering and affirmative statement.
Right.
So instead of saying, I'm not good at public speaking, you might say, I am continuously improving my public speaking skills.
Yeah, I love that.
Right. So it's about shifting from a negative to a positive.
And a fixed mindset to a growth mindset.
Exactly.
Yep. And then step 4 is self-reflection.
Okay, so this is about taking some time to journal.
Yeah.
About how this shift in belief is changing your outlook.
Yeah.
How is it impacting your confidence?
Yeah.
How is it influencing your actions?
Yeah.
So it's about really integrating that new belief into your sense of self.
Yeah, it's such a powerful exercise. Okay, so as we wrap up our deep dive into mindset,
Yeah.
the Breakthrough Bulletin has a really great nugget of wisdom that I wanted to share with you guys.
Right. Let's hear it.
And this is a quote. Your thoughts shape your world. The moment you begin questioning, reframing, and choosing empowering beliefs, you reclaim control over your reality. This month, challenge your thoughts, expand your possibilities, and master your mindset.
I love that. It's so concise, but it really captures the essence of everything we've been talking about.
It does, right. It really emphasizes that we have the power to choose our thoughts and to create a reality that we want.
And it all starts with awareness.
Yes.
Being aware of those automatic thoughts and then making a conscious choice to shift them.
Yeah. So as you go about your day-to-day, we want you to just think about what is one limiting belief that came up for you during our conversation?
Yeah, what's that one belief that might be holding you back?
And see if you can just identify it and write it down.
That's step 1 of the belief audit.
Yep. And that's all you have to do for today.
Yeah, baby steps.
Just that one step. Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.